Hello, and welcome to Color Commentary. I'm TJ, your average fan, and I'll be talking to you today about DC Warner Brothers show Titans, Season 4, Episode 9. And we're going to get right into it. Spoilers! Okay. So, as I've been complaining for the past several episodes about this show, we don't know what's going on with Gar. Well, this episode was all about Gar, all about Beast Boy, and I was very happy with this episode. I was so happy with this episode. It did have some parts that was like, what? But overall, I enjoyed this. We got Gar dealing with the Red, Garfield Logan, aka Beast Boy. The Red is a connective force that connects all living things in all universes. So, like, for instance, here's a little tutorial. The Flash, everyone knows who the Flash is, he's connected to the Speed Force. If you've ever known anything about Swamp Thing, another DC character, and also Batman villain Poison Ivy, because they are dealing with plants and things of that nature, they are connected to what's called the Green. Every plant-based organism that exists, they're connected to that. So with people like DC hero Vixen, who uses a amulet to tap into animal powers, or the DC hero Animal Man, who can communicate with animals and siphon off some of their power or what's around him to enable him to use it. Beast Boy, like those two, are connected to the Red. Everything that is a living thing is connected through this force. And so it was awesome to see how they portrayed the Red as this big space that's dusty with all this red energy flowing through it. It was kind of cool. But the guy, who I'm not familiar with, even though when he put on his whole outfit towards the end, he looked familiar. This is one DC character I'm not familiar with, and his name is the Beast. He wears a helmet that connects him to the Red and allows him to siphon animal powers here and there. It also gives him the ability to fuse two living organisms together. He had made a lion and a bat together. It was kind of cool looking and scary at the same time. I was with Beast Boy. What the hell is that? But yeah. So this dude is who pulled Gar into the Red episodes ago and transported him to Kilimanjaro, Africa, at the top of a mountain, where he's trying to tell him all about the Red and what his duty is as the avatar of the Red. For instance, Barry Allen or Wally West, whoever you like as the Flash, they are the avatar of the Speed Force, which is why they are connected to it, get to use its power, all of that good stuff. Swamp Thing is the avatar of the Green, which is why he is able to control plants so good. So here we are with Beast Boy. He is now the avatar of the Red in this particular corner of the DC universe, because we now know that they're splitting it all up into multiverse type deal, which we got a wonderful glimpse of whilst Beast Boy was traveling the Red. So this episode was about him learning what his powers was, and this Beast guy asking him for his help to take out this lab that was testing animals, apes, gorillas, and putting viruses and mutagens in them to see how they work, to see what the effects are. Basically just using animals as test subjects. Well, yeah, Beast Boy wasn't too thrilled about that, and the Beast guy wasn't either. So that's why he needed his help. He was calling him there, and also icing on the cake to let him know that he was the avatar of the Red and that his duty was to be alone for the rest of his life and serve the Red. Well, of course, Beast Boy wasn't going for that because he got friends, and so by the end of it all, he was on his way to making it back to his friends. But that ain't what happened. Because what really happened was he gave him some potion. The Beast guy gave Gar some potion. He had some visions. He saw his past. He saw his, what was going on with his friends. He saw his split personalities of different things and how he was feeling. His different bodies was different feelings he had. He started to sort all of that out, because that was his biggest issue, his PTSD, if you will, being alone. His parents died. He was all alone for most of his life, and now he sees the Titans as a family, and he ain't giving that up. No. So, yeah. He's like, I got to get back to the Titans. They did this whole sequence in a vision, basically, because he didn't know it at first, but it looked real, where they had to take out the lab, right? Because come to find out that this lab is what made the disease, Sutra, or whatever it's called, that killed his parents. So he's like, oh yeah, we're taking out the lab. They go to take out the lab. Beast Boy then turned into an ape. He turned into a tiger. He turned into a bird. I was like, thank goodness y'all starting to switch it up with Beast Boy, because he can do many different animals, and he did it whilst fighting, which made it awesome because that's what Beast Boy does. So I was very happy with this. Like, Beast Boy is fighting like Beast Boy. But after he figured out that it was an illusion, the dude just wanted him to be singular and alone and understand his role as the Red's avatar. He said, no, I'll be the Red's avatar, but I'm not going to be alone. I got my friends, and I'm going to help them, and we're going to do this all together. Thank you very much. And so he started traveling through the Red like Barry Allen travels through the Speed Force. And so whilst he was traveling, we got to see some pieces of things, because they made sure that you seen in the background it was different Earths that were all connected in different ways. And so we got to see the Barry Allen Flash of the CW verse run through. We got to see Swamp Thing, the DC Max show that is on Max. It is a very good show. I was very upset it got one season because they spent money on that bad boy and it looked good. I enjoyed Swamp Thing. He's one of my favorite heroes. So we got to see Swamp Thing in a little vision as he passed through there. We seen this other guy. I don't know who he was. I thought it was Alfred at first, but it wasn't. We saw some of the Justice League type stuff that was going on in another universe. I mean, basically, they showed you like the Titan universe is its own thing, and these other things are all connected through some type of force, some kind of way, but they're all separate also, so they don't look for them to be connected. The only thing that does live in the universe that the Titans lives in is the Warner Brothers Max show Doom Patrol, which is where Beast Boy came from originally to go to the Titans. So, and Doom Patrol is a very strange, quirky, but funny show. I love these guys, and it's a lot. Takes a lot to get into because they f with your head a lot. But I like Doom Patrol. It's a good show. And Niles Caulder, who's the leader of the Doom Patrol, as a scientist, does experiments. He's the one that saved Beast Boy, and he's also the one that was running this lab in Africa because of his pursuit of immortality. So the dude thought him finding out about that Niles had something to do with him, his parents dying, and him being turned into this in the first place, was going to make him more gung-ho about being on his own. But no, he's like, I'm over that. So whilst he was still trying to get back to his friends, the Titans, traveling the Red, he ends up in the Doom Patrol's house on a bed of grass. Believe me when I say it's always something weird going on in the Doom Patrol house. So the way it looked didn't freak me out because I'm like, some strange shit done happened and now they dealing with it. But now Beast Boy done dropped in the middle of it. And so now he's knocked out unconscious. Cyborg, who's on the Doom Patrol, has found him. And so they're going to figure out what's going to happen with that in the next episode, I'm sure. Because all he wants to do is get back to the Titans. He was almost close. Oh, we had Stargirl. Stargirl, another Warner show that started on a whole different service. Ended up on CW, but it's got much better production value. Even though now that it's on the CW, they're starting to get CW writers, and it's not great. But I do like Stargirl. She's another DC hero. She was originally part of the Justice Society. You may have heard in the Shazam movie, someone asked Shazam to be a part of the Justice Society. Different universes, not in the same. Oh yeah, he saw a vision of Shazam too in the middle of a fight. So they letting you know that all of these universes are out there, but they're just connected in different ways. It was cool to see it. He had a whole conversation with Stargirl, so that was pretty cool. Ended up in Doom Patrol place, and that's where the episode ends with Cyborg finding him. So I'm like, this is gonna be cool. Oh, he also seen the universe where the Teen Titans are Teen Titans Go. That was hilarious, and it was right on a Beast Boy quote. It was so funny. This was such a good episode. I'm like, y'all coming to the end. Y'all spent the money to make him do his thing. I'm so glad. That was this week's episode of Titans. I can't wait to see what happens now that he's dealing with the Doom Patrol again. It's going to be funny for sure. And I'll see you guys then. In the meantime, have a great day.